that he's going to get Putin whatever he wants. He's going to get Putin whatever he wants. And the Ukraine came. There was a whole drama when you talk about all that went on. But Ukraine came to the table. They have a proposal, and now Putin said no, but we could talk about other ideas. Basically, what we want to add to it. That doesn't seem very puppety of Trump not being able to get him to say yes. And I haven't seen any Russian memes about it. Like,
well, Trump said today. Trump said today that he's gonna impose new sanctions on Russian banks and Russian companies unless Putin goes to the table.
These sanctions have not harmed Russia. They went and sold their oil to the East and got better deals. Actually, that's the reason why they ousted Imran Khan, because the Pakistanis were buying Russian oil and refused to accept U.S. orders. And so, if anything, the sanctions against Russia backfired.
Yeah. Sergei Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, said just weeks after the war started that he was surprised at the quickness with which the U.S. was able to establish sanctions. And he said that the sanctions were stinging. And then 2 weeks after that, it had passed. They had new deals with India. They had new deals with China, new deals with Iran. And they didn't have to worry about selling their natural gas.
But Russia's in the position to be able to do this. I think Americans are deaf-toned to understanding what sanctions really are. Because
some sanctions are stupid, though. Some sanctions are as silly as Jamar Jabari is not permitted to have a checking account at any American bank. It's like, okay, well, you weren't going to have a checking account in any American bank anyway. So it's just a stupid sanction.
Well, also, like, for example, they prevented Venezuelans from handling toilet paper. That was a specific sanction that they forced them to make their own toilet paper, as if having toilet paper come in the country is a threat. And all that did was piss off the Venezuelans, kill a lot of them, including during COVID, and make them want to support Maduro even more. The sanctions backfired. The embargo against Cuba backfired. It made the people want to support the Castros even more. So it's something that doesn't work.
No, they don't work.
And that's the whole purpose of it, right? To upset the community, to want to think it's the government's fault. But the community, like we just gave two examples, can be organized to understand that it's not so. But like the drastic ones, like those are acts of war, and people don't really, when they hear it, they're just like, whatever, and stuff like that. But it's like, isn't Russia the most?
I call it economic terrorism. Because as long as we keep calling it sanctions, and you try to describe it to people, and be like, it sounds like a surgical procedure, something serious. Right. But no, it's economic terrorism. And
that is a good term to use. That I think that is a better term to use. But like, isn't Russia the most sanctioned country in the world? Or is it
possible? I would say it's probably Iran or Cuba. Okay. I mean, in Iran, the Iranians. I have a very close friend who just got back from Tehran last weekend, and she goes a couple times a year, and the Iranians lack for nothing. They have become so self-sufficient and have good trade and diplomatic relations with Russia, China, India, most of the countries in the region, now Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. They don't need anything from us. So the sanctions clearly didn't work. And then when we negotiated the JCPOA, this is one of the stupidest things Donald Trump ever did as president. This was in the first term.